Flowers and living plants are an integral part of Jewish life. From beautiful bouquets many families place on Shabbat tables to luxurious floral garlands that decorate many synagogues during the holiday of Shavuot, and even to exquisite desserts. The Bible and Jewish literature compare the Jewish people themselves to blossoming buds. Here are 7 Jewish facts about flowers. At Mount Sinai. Our tradition tells us that at one of the most pivotal moments in Jewish history, when all the sons of Israel gathered at the foot of Mount Sinai to receive the Torah, this elevation, situated in the midst of the desert and usually devoid of any vegetation, miraculously covered itself in greenery and flowers. In memory of this unique moment, on Shavuot, the holiday dedicated to the giving of the Torah, it is customary to decorate synagogues and houses of study with flowers and green branches. Part of the Manora. Flowers were one of the decorations on the branches of the Manora, a beautiful golden 7-branched candelabrum that burned day and night in the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. Soon after the Jews left Egypt, the Almighty commanded them to build the Mishkan, a portable sanctuary. The central item in this sacred place was the menorah. This lampstand, with 7 branches, was forged from a single block of gold, and each branch was adorned with a cup, bud, a sphere, and a flower. Poetic Comparison. Jewish texts compare our people to a beautiful flower, worthy of love and care. Commenting on the Song of Songs, a great poetic work filled with holiness, the sages explain one of the allegories. Like a rose that maintains its beauty among the thorns, the Jewish people stand out among the nations. The blossoming staff. After receiving the Torah and the appointment of Aaron as the high priest, Korah and some other Levites rebelled against Moses, accusing him of unjustly appointing his brother as high priest. They claimed Moses did this by leveraging his position for personal gain, rather than by divine command. This situation was resolved through divine intervention. The earth opened up and swallowed the rebels. God declared he would send another sign to prove that Aaron rightfully occupied the position of high priest. Obeying God's will, Moses gathered the leaders of the 12 tribes in the Mishkan. All 12 staffs were to be left in the tent of meeting overnight. And it shall be that the man whom I choose, his staff will blossom, God proclaimed. Indeed, a miracle occurred. The next morning, when Moses entered the sanctuary, Aaron's staff, alone among all, blossomed with flowers, sprouted buds, and almonds ripened on it. Thus, it became clear that Aaron's appointment as the spiritual leader of the Jewish people was not a whim of his brother. Blessings on blossoming. Every spring, upon seeing the first blossoming fruit tree, it is customary to recite a special blessing. In Israel, this usually occurs in the month of Nisan, March-April. However, if you live in a climate where fruit trees do not blossom during this period, then say the blessing when the time comes. Blessed are you, Lord, our God, sovereign of the universe, in whose world there is nothing lacking. He created beautiful creations and beautiful trees for people to enjoy. There are also other blessings that praise the beauty of plants at any time of the year. Upon sensing the aroma of trees or shrubs, it is said, Blessed are you, Lord, our God, sovereign of the universe, who created fragrant trees. And upon smelling the fragrance of a flower growing among the grass, or the aroma of the grasses themselves, it is customary to say, Blessed are you, Lord, our God, sovereign of the universe, who created fragrant herbs. In everyday life, for many generations, Jews have used flowers in cooking. For instance, in ancient times, Jews from the Middle East made jellies from rose petals and quinces. Culinary historian Gil Marks notes that the preparation of dishes using roses and rose water was so widespread in Jewish communities of the Middle East that the holiday of Shavuot, when many decorate their homes and synagogues with flowers, was sometimes called the holiday of roses. Accordingly, Middle Eastern dishes on Shavuot often still include rose water, he writes, and rose petal jam is commonly served for dessert. My elderly relatives smelled of roses, recalls Claudia Rodin, another renowned historian of Jewish cuisine. who grew up in a close-knit Jewish community in Egypt. Homes were also fragrant with floral scents because petals, especially of roses and jasmine, were placed in bowls and arranged around the house, and sometimes scattered on the floor. Distilled water infused with rose petals and orange blossom flowers was used to flavor puddings and pastries. Besides, Rodin describes Jewish cooks who used the delightful aromas of other flowers in their recipes, such as various citrus trees and orchids. Jewish names. It's no surprise that there are many beautiful Jewish names associated with a floral theme. Here are just a few of them. Dahlia. This name translates from Hebrew as branch or shoot, and also resonates with the name of the dahlia flower. Erit, a beautiful flower that grows in the Middle East, widely known as the asphodel. Nurit, buttercup in Hebrew. Razel, rose in Yiddish. Seagull violet in Hebrew. Shoshana. This name is translated from Hebrew as both rose and lily. Yasmin, jasmine in Hebrew.